everyone and welcome back to EduRead's Direction Test Explanation and Solution series. In this video, we will be discussing the sixth set of 10 questions on direction tests that are commonly asked in placement and general competition exams. Direction tests are an important topic in reasoning, and proficiency in this area is crucial for success in various competition exams. In this series, we have covered different types of questions that are commonly asked in direction tests, providing clear explanations, step-by-step solutions, and helpful tips and tricks to improve your problem-solving skills. In this video, we will continue our explanation of direction test and tackle the sixth set of questions. By now, you should have a solid understanding of direction test and be better equipped to handle these types of questions in your exams. So, let's dive into the sixth set of questions and continue our journey towards mastering the direction tests. So, let's begin with our first question. Our very first question is, X goes 15 meter north, then turns right and walks 20 meters, then again turns right and walks 10 meters, and then again turns right and walks 20 meters. How many meters is he from his original position? And the options are A 5 meter, B 20 meter, C 10 meter, and D 15 meter.
So the first question is saying that basically that X covered 15 meter in the north direction. So if we consider this as a starting point, so in the north direction X has covered 15 meter, then turns right and walks 20 meter. So obviously this is the right direction and this is the left direction. So in the right direction X has covered 20 meters. Now then again turns right and walks 10 meters. So in then again turns right. So if we see by facing this way, the right will be like this and left will be like this. So he has taken the right turn facing the east direction and covered 10 meters. Now then again turns right and walks 20 meters. So if we see, he is facing south direction, and in the south left will be like this and right is this. So in the south here, by facing the south direction, he has turned in the right direction and covered 20 meters. So here he has covered 20 meters. Now the thing is, how many meters is he from his original position? So if we see, the X has covered from here 15 meters, then 20 meters here, then 10 meters here, and 20 meters again here. So he is at this point right now, and we know that the whole distance is 15 meters, and if this line is cutting this line, then the distance will be equal to this distance, because this and this is completely identical. So if this is identical, then this distance will be 10 meters, and if we subtract this 10 meter from the whole distance, then we will get 15 minus 10, which is equals to 5. Hence he is 5 meters away from his original position. Hence the answer for this question is option A, 5 meters.
Now our question number 2 is, A walks 10 meters in front and 10 meters to the right. Then every time turning to his left, he walks 5, 15 and 15 meters respectively. How far is he from his starting point? And the options are option A 25 meters, option B 20 meters, option C 10 meters, option D 5 meters.
Question number 2 is basically saying that A starts walking 10 meters in front and 10 meters to the right. So in front basically means that in the north direction. So A started walking in the front direction and covers 10 meters. After that he took a right turn. So we clearly know that this is the right turn. So he takes the right turn and covers 10 meters again. Then every time turning to his left, he walks 5, 15 and 15 meters respectively. So by facing this way, the east direction, he has taken left turn. So we know that this is left and this is right. So he has taken left turn and covers 5 meters. Again, by facing the upward direction, he has taken the left turn and covers 15 meters. So after covering the 15 meters, he is facing the west direction, and by facing west direction, he took again a left turn and covers 15 meters again. So this will be the left and this will be the right if he is facing the west direction. So taking left turn, he has covered 15 meters. So again he is at this point right now, and we have to find that how far he is now from his starting position. So we know that this is the starting position and he is here, and if we see, the whole distance is like this and we have to find like this. So if we reduce or if we subtract this distance, basically this distance from the whole one, then we will get that distance, and which is equals to that one. So the whole distance is 15 meter and this one is 10 meter, and if we subtract 10 meter from 15 meter, then we will get 5 meter as an answer, and which is the difference between A's final and initial positions. Hence the answer for this question is option D, 5 meters.
Our question number 3 is, Deepak walks 20 meters towards north. He then turns left and walks 40 meters. He again turns left and walks 20 meters. Further, he moves 20 meters after turning to the right. How far is he from his original position? And the options are A, 50 meters, B, 30 meters, C, 20 meters, and D, 60 meters.
Question number 3 is basically saying that Deepak walks 20 meters towards north. So here we are considering this as the initial position of Deepak. So he started walking 20 meters in the north direction. After completing 20 meters, he took a left turn and walks for 40 meters. So we clearly know that this is the left turn and this is the right turn. So he took a left turn and complete 40 meters. After that, he again turns left and walks 20 meters. So facing west direction, he took a left turn again and covers 20 meters. Then after turning to right, he covers 20 meters again. So by facing the south direction, he took a right turn again. So this will be left and this will be right. So at this point he took right again and covers 20 meters. Now we have to find the distance between his original initial and his final position. So initial position is this, final position is this, and from here to here he has covered 20 meters, and we know that this distance will be equal to this distance, and hence the whole distance will be like 20 plus 40, 60 meters. Hence the distance between his final and initial position is 60 meters, which is in our option D.
Our next question is, a boy starts from home in early morning and walks straight for 8 kilometers facing the sun. Then he takes a right turn and walks for 3 kilometers. Then he turns right again and walks for 2 kilometers. And then turns left and walks for 1 kilometers. Then he turns right, travels 1 kilometer, and then turns right and travels 4 kilometers straight. How far is he from the starting point? And the options are A, 4 kilometers, B, 5 kilometers, C, 2 kilometers, and D, 6 kilometers.
Question number 4 is basically saying that a boy starts from home in early morning and walks straight for 8 kilometers facing the sun. And we know that sun rises in the east direction and the scenario is completely about the morning. So if he is facing the sun and following the sun straight, then we know that sun rises from the east direction and sets on the west direction. So the house of the we are considering the boy started from his home, so the home of the boy will be position will be like this, and in this direction he has covered 8 kilometers. After that he took a right turn and walks for 3 kilometers. So by facing this, right will be like this and left will be like this, and he has covered 3 kilometers by after taking the right turn. Then he turns right again and walks for 2 kilometers. So by facing the south direction, he has taken a right turn again and covered 2 kilometers. So we know that right is this and left is this. So this distance will be 2 kilometers in the right direction. After that, he turns left and walks for 1 kilometers. So facing west direction, he has taken a left turn and covered 1 kilometers. So yeah, this distance is 1 kilometers. Now after that, he then turns right and travels 1 kilometer again. So by facing north south direction again, we know that this is right. So he has covered right in the right direction again 1 kilometers. Then turns right and travels for 4 kilometers. So by facing west, this will be right and this will be left, we know. So he has taken a right turn and covers 4 kilometers. So 4 kilometers will touch this line, the initial line of 8 kilometers, because this is 3 kilometers and this is 1 kilometer will combinedly form a 4 kilometer. Now we have to find that how far is he from the starting point. So he started from here and he ended up here. Now the thing is, we have to find this distance so that we can subtract this distance from the whole one to find this distance. So we clearly know that this plus this will form this. So this is 1 kilometer, this is 2 kilometer, will form 3 kilometer as total, and this will be equals to this, and hence if we subtract 3 kilometers from 8, we will get the rest 5 kilometers, and we can say that this 5 kilometer is the difference between his starting and final point.
Our question number 5 is, Seema walks 30 meters north. Then she turns right and walks 30 kilometers. Then she turns right and walks 55 meters. Then she again turns left and walks 20 meters. Then she again turns left and walks 25 meters. Then how many meters away is she from her original position? And the options are option A 55 meters, option B 66 meters, and option 50 meters.
Basically, Seema started walking 30 meters in the north direction. So we are considering it as an initial position of Seema, and in this way she has covered 30 meters. Now she took a right turn and completes 30 meters again. So right turn will be like this, and after that she turns right again and walks for 55 kilometers. So by facing the east direction, we know that right is in the downward direction. So in the downward direction, she has covered 55 meters again. Now the thing is, she took a left turn and walks 20 meters again. So by facing the south direction, left will be like this, and she has covered 20 meters in this direction. Then she again turns left and walks 25 kilometers. So by facing this east direction, she took a left turn, and left will be like this, and in this direction she has covered 25 kilometers. Now the thing is, we have to find the difference or how many meters she is away from her original position. So she started from here and ended up here. So we have to find the distance between these 2 points. So we know that very clearly that this distance will be equal to this distance, because these and these are completely similar. Because if we subtract this whole distance and this distance from this one, then we will get 30 as an answer and 30 meters. So this distance will be 30 meters. So this is equal to this, and this will be equal to this. So this will be 20 meters and this will be 30 meters. So if we add both the things, then we will get the required distance between her final and initial positions. So if we add 30 plus 20, we will get 50 meter as an answer, and we can say that she is 50 meters away from her original position.
Now our question number 6 is, A and B both are walking away from point X. A walked 3 meters and B walked 4 meters from it. Then A walked 4 meters north of X and B walked 5 meters south of A. What is the distance between them now? Option A 9 meter, option B 11.40 meter, option C 16 meter, and option D 9.5 meter.
Question number 6 is basically saying that from a position X, basically this position is X, and in this position A and B both started walking from point X, and A walked 3 meters and B walked 4 meters in it. And basically both A and B are walking in the opposite direction, and A covered 3 meters and B covered, here this is the direction of A and this is the direction of B. So in this way A covered 3 meters and this way B covered 4 meters. After that A walked 4 more meters in the north of X and B walked 5 more meters in the direction of south. So we have taken it as a same direction, which is equals to north and south. So we can say that in this direction only A has moved 4 more meters, and in this direction only B has moved 5 more meters. Then we have to calculate the distance between them, A and B, now. So clearly the addition of all the distance will be the distance between A and B. So the required distance between A and B will be like 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 meters, which is then equals to 16 meters. Hence the answer for this question is option C, 16 meters.
Our next question is, Sheila and Bella start from their office, walk in opposite direction, each traveling 10 kilometers. Sheila then turns left and walks 10 kilometers. Bella turns right and walks 10 kilometers. How far are they now from each other? And the options are option A 8 kilometers, B 20 kilometers, C 5 kilometers, and D 10 kilometers.
Question 7 is saying that from a point which is their office, Sheila and Bella started walking in the opposite direction, and in each direction they traveled 10 kilometers. So we are considering this as the position of their office, and this will be the direction of Bella and this will be the direction of Sheila, and both of them covered in their directions 10 kilometers each. Then Sheila turns left and walks 10 kilometers. Then Sheila, her way is like this, and she took a left turn. So by facing each direction, left will be like this and right will be like this. So she took a left turn and covered 10 kilometers. Now Bella turns right and walks 10 kilometers. So by facing west direction, right will be like this and left will be like this. And by taking a right turn, Bella covered 10 kilometers. Now the thing is, we have to find that how far are they now from each other. So they have covered equal distances and we have to find the distance between them after covering all these distances by them. So if we calculate this, then this will be equals to this, because it is forming a complete perfect rectangle. So 10 plus 10 will be the required distance between Sheila and Bella. Hence we can say that they are 20 kilometers far from each other now.
Our question number 8 is, Rachel starts walking towards north. After walking 15 meter, she turned towards south and walks 20 meter. She then turns towards east and walks 10 meter. Then again she walks 5 meter towards north. How far is she from her starting point and in which direction? And the options are option A 10 meters west, option B 10 meters east, option C 5 meters north, and option D 5 meters east.
Basically, question number 8 is saying that Rachel starts walking towards north. After that, after walking 15 meters, she turns towards south. So basically, and covers 20 meters. So basically, at first, if this is the initial position of Rachel, so she has covered 15 meters in the north direction, and after that, after walking 15 meters, she turned towards south and walks 20 meters. So in the north direction she has covered 15 meters, and then she came back and while she took that south direction from here, so she has came back and covered 20 meters in the south direction. So 15 meters in the north will be added, and in the south direction, if we see from initial position, she has covered only 5 meter. If we see from here, then she has covered 20 meters, but if we see from here, then she has covered only 5 meters in the south direction. Now she then turns towards east and walks 10 meters. So here, by facing the south direction, she took a left turn. Sorry, she turned towards east. East will be like this. So she turns towards east and cover 10 meters. Then again she walks 5 meter towards north. So from east she took again the north direction and covers 5 meters. How far is she from her starting point? So we can clearly see that this 5 meter is equal to this 5 meter. Hence, this 10 meter will be equal to this meter, because we have to find the difference between her starting and final point. Then we know that she has started from here and she has ended up here. The rest upper 15 meter on northward distance will not be counted here in this scenario, but we have to see that from starting and final point what will be the distance she has covered, or how far she is from her starting point. So this distance will be 10 meters will be equal to that distance. Hence we can easily say that she is 10 meters east, 10 meters away from her initial point, we can say, or original point. So the answer will be 10 meters. But the thing is, in this question we have to find the direction also. So if we see, this is the starting point and this is the final point, and if we see from starting point, she has ended up in the east direction. East direction she has ended up as her final position. So she is 10 meters away in the east direction from her starting point.
Our ninth question is, Sonia started from her house and travelled 4 km towards east. Then she turned right and travelled 4 km. Now at what distance is she from starting point? And the options are A 14 km, B 8 km, C 10 km, and D 5 km.
Actually, there is a correction in this question. So basically, Sonia started from her house and travelled 4 kilometers towards east. Then she turned left and travelled 6 kilometers. Then she turned left and travelled 4 kilometers. And now we have to find the distance. At what distance is she from the starting point? So if we see the house we have considered here, and from her house she has travelled in 4 kilometers in the east direction, and by facing east direction she has taken a left turn, and left will be here and right will be here. So she has taken a left turn and covers 6 kilometers. Now then, facing north direction, she has taken a left again. Left will be here, right will be here. So left again and covers 4 kilometers. So we have to find the difference between her starting and final destination point. So we can clearly say that she is at this point she has stopped, and the distance between this and this point will be this way. So if we see, this distance will be equal to this one, and we can clearly say that she is 6 kilometers away from her starting point.
So our last and final questions is, Ram and Sam start walking towards north and cover 20 meters. Ram turns to his left and Sam turns to his right. After some time, Ram walks 10 meters and she turned only 7 meters. Later, to his right. Both walk Ram from Sam a 5 meters, 5 meters.
Now basically Ram and Sam started walking towards north and covered 20 meters. So from the same point they have started and covered 20 meters in the north direction and reached here. After that, Ram turns to left and Shyam to his right. So by facing this north direction, this will be the left and this will be the right. So Ram has taken the left turn and Shyam has taken the right turn. And in the left turn, Ram walks 10 meters, and in the right turn, Shyam walks 7 meters. Now the thing is, Ram turns towards his left and Shyam to his right. So by facing this west direction, Ram taken his left and Shyam, and by facing this east direction, Shyam has taken his right. And in the left direction only, both of them, by changing the direction here at this point, both of them walk 25 meters in this direction. So after taking the left turn, Ram walked for 25 meters, and after taking the right turn, Sam walked for 25 meters. Now basically we have to find how far Ram from Sam now. So it is very clear that this distance will be equal to that one. So if we add these two, then we can find how far Ram and Sam now. Hence the required distance will be like 10 plus 7, which is equals to 17, and hence we can say that Ram and Sam are 17 meters away from each other.
On that note, that's all for this video on direction test explanation and solutions by EduRead. We hope that you found this video helpful and informative in your preparation for placement and general competition exams. In this direction test explanation and solution series, we have covered a variety of questions that are commonly asked in these types of exams, providing step-by-step solutions and useful tips and tricks. If you missed any of the previous 5 videos, we highly recommend going back and watching them to gain a comprehensive understanding of the topic. By now, you should have a solid foundation in direction tests and feel more confident in your ability to tackle these types of questions in your exams. Remember to pay attention to details such as orientation, directions and distances, and keep practicing your problem solving skills. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment sections below, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your peers. We will be back soon with the final video in our direction test explanation and solution series, where we will discuss the last set of 10 questions. So stay tuned and we will see you in the next video. And at last, thank you so much for watching our videos.